Realistically, this guy's not doing anything important anyway.
Hello?
All right, what's up? What's up, Eli? All right, we're going to be talking about $500 skin bundles. And before we do that, I just am going to kind of put you on the spot live here. You know how we talked about, one of those conversations that I was having with my kids about stuff that I don't want to see them doing. And I was all like, hey kids, doing that thing, what is that? And they're like, it's dumb. Are you comfortable talking about, what we talked about after that conversation with my kids? I'm asking in very coded language on purpose here.
Are you wanting me to tell how much I've spent on skins?
No. Well,
Yes.
basically, the conversation we had about, how that can be bad and stuff, like that whole thing.
Oh.
Like, is that something you've talked about, or?
I don't remember. I remember telling you how much I spent, and then you said it was shameful.
Okay.
That's all I really remember.
Okay. Man, okay. Mute me for a second, Dan. Mute me for a second. We're back.
Yeah.
Okay, so Elijah, one of the things that we chatted about when you were over for the LAN party was how, for you, in-game spending actually got to the point where it was a real problem for you. And, this is one of those things that I feel like for me and Luke, it's very easy for us as people who never got into it to kind of talk about, well, just don't buy the skin, right? But I think for someone who falls into alcoholism, for example, to hear someone say, well, just don't drink the drink is actually very, very non-constructive. And so as we make our way into the Riot news this week about their skin bundle, why don't you talk a little bit about what it's like to be the sort of person that's being targeted by this type of marketing? Because we chatted about that a little bit at the LAN.
Yeah, totally. So, one thing that I have always struggled with was mainly the FOMO and like loot boxes. So, the chance of getting something that is there, falling into that gambling aspect. Unfortunately, I suffer from being taken advantage of that and basically having gambling addiction. So, in early days when loot boxes were super, super prominent, and basically the first thing you see when you boot up a game is, oh my God, you can get this skin. You should go get it right now. It's very tough because you can then boot up a game and maybe your friends have it, or maybe someone else got it that's in this game and you're like, wow, that actually does look really, really cool. It's a tough feeling to fight because, it almost feels like you have no control because you're just like, oh man, they're just shoving it in my face. There's an opportunity. I have to take it. And I don't want to miss it. So it can be really tough.
And the game can be a significant part of your social life. It's not like I can't relate to that. In my peak TF2 Left 4 Dead days, I literally got up in the morning, ate food, went to work, ate some food, worked some more, went home, grabbed some food, and sat down at my computer and gamed until it was time to sleep, rinse and repeat, and do it again. And so the idea that, this could be a significant amount of your social circle is your gaming buddies, and a significant amount of your social life is interacting in this game is, it's something that we should be able to relate to, even if we haven't really considered it that way before. So let me run through the news from this week. League of Legends developer Riot is selling what it calls, this is great, some of our most generous bundles to date. I'm going to stop there for a moment. Elijah, how do you feel about a game developer describing a skin bundle as generous?
I would say they're pretty humble.
Perfect. This is despite the fact that the cheapest of these bundles is $50 and the most expensive is $500. The $500 bundle features cosmetic skins for the playable character Ahri, leading many players to argue for boycotting the character. As ranked league matches allow each team to vote on a small number of characters who can't be played in the next match, boycotting players could eventually potentially even block others from playing Ahri. Some players, however, still appear to be buying these egregiously expensive limited time offers. At least one third-party seller of in-game currency claims that some of his customers took out small loans in order to do so, saying, "Can you guys stop taking out loans to buy the Ari skin? I don't want to put you in debt. Legit, every second order is with a loan agreement." So, can you talk a little bit about how that feels?
It doesn't shock me that people are buying it. And I think that's I remember one of my first WAN shows when I was typing in chat, you were blown away when I mentioned that a CSGO skin sold for 6 figures. It's one of those things that becomes a flex status symbol. It's the same reason that Supreme clothing, can charge prices. Gucci can charge their prices. Even if they are good quality, you're paying the artist for their work of what they've done. It's a flex status at that point.
Oh man, I gotta confess, I still have a hard time wrapping my brain around that. That's still something that's very difficult for me to fathom. When I was in school, right? I wasn't cool. I didn't have status symbols. My RCA Lyra MP3 player did not get me chicks.
What?
The cool
really?
The cool kids had mini disc. All right. So I don't know. As someone who maybe part of it is that I have never reaped the social benefit of flexing. And so maybe that's something that, and guys, let me know if I'm kind of onto something here, but is that something that can get you kind of addicted to that dopamine hit of people being like, whoa, man, cool jacket or cool product? Is that part of the experience?
I think part of it can definitely be related to that. I think this $500 skin is definitely going to be pushing that outer limits of, people being like, damn, you're kind of an idiot potentially because you spent $500, but there's also going to be that group of circle that's like, wow, that guy must really like this game, or he plays this game a lot, or, whatever it may be, because they have that skin. And yeah, like you said earlier, social circle, right? If you're part of a group of friends that only plays League and you want to be the guy that has the $500 skin, it's a status symbol.
But wouldn't the status symbol be I'm baller enough that I don't have to dress up. I don't have to cosplay as a League player. I can just rock vanilla and beat you, and embarrass you.
100 in the world then. That's the kind of thing, no one cares about numbers 1,000 to 10,000. They only care about the top 1,000. So, if you can't make it there, your next chance is to look cool and look like you belong.
Oh my God. Chase is in the chat now. Good Lord. Did you see this? Valve apparently lets you rent CS2 skins so you can try them out and then decide if you want to buy or keep renting them? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, it's a thing where people will buy a skin, put it on a gun, and get upset because it doesn't look as good as it does in the shop.
What does that even mean? It was digital in both places.
No, okay, but when it's in your hand and you're in first-person perspective seeing it, and how it glints off maps and lighting, if it interacts with the environment, if the shadows, if the light, dude, I can see your reaction looking at the camera right now. I get it. You're dumbfounded by this. I get it.
You know why they call it dumbfounded? Because I found dumb. I found it.
I'm not even gonna ding that. That's just clever.
Yeah,
thanks, Dan.
It's crazy. I totally yeah, but I totally see why renting would be a thing, because if you're not sure how it's going to look on your favorite map or in your game, why would you spend the $500? Maybe if I can spend $10.
Just Luke is in Float Plane chat is $100 a month. You get every skin. New idea. You're welcome, EA. But it's all a rental. Okay, so I love it. It's skins as a service. Let's fucking go.
I love that. I hate this timeline.
Worst idea. Can we get a patent on that real quick?
Oh my God.
Sony's already got it.
Elijah, I would rather not make the money than, I mean, I guess we could patent it so no one does it.
That's what I'm saying. Or,
I see. Okay.
You're not in charge anymore. Taryn, if Taryn asks you to do this, we kind of have to now, right?
I don't know if I'm going to sign the check, man. I don't know if I want any part of any of this.
We could sell new colors for the LTT store.
That's fair. Oh, float skins. I like that idea.
Yeah.
We give our chatters specific colors for their username, and they can rent it.
Or like you could have dark mode or like puce for the background.
Floatplane people, they already pay a subscription.
Yeah, but they could pay us more.
Why do we want to nickel and dime people?
They're a trapped audience.
Why does Fortnite do it? Why does Valorant do it?
Because it's profitable.
Yes, think of the opportunity.
I mean, look, I got to tell you, like back when we were looking at development of our own VPN, it's not like we didn't recognize that digital products are so scalable, can be so profitable. I mean, if we could come up with more digital products, I mean, look at Floatplane. We have almost 35,000 paying subscribers on Floatplane. That is a pretty chunk of change, and we're so appreciative of you guys for supporting us like this that we actually go and spend a lot of money on, making sure we're creating exclusive content and all of that stuff. And it's great. Right? It's win-win because we can build out a team that is able to have a good job here at Linus Media Group. And you guys are getting all this great behind the scenes content, all that good stuff. But like, I don't know. We've had these conversations internally that I'm like, yeah, but should we just be creating a digital product for the sake of having a digital product because it's just profitable? I don't know. I want to
do that.
No, we don't. I mean, okay, we did. Yes. The potato.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I thought we did this, didn't we?
But that was a joke.
And people still took it.
It was an obscenely profitable joke. I think we sold like 800 potatoes, and they weren't even real NFTs. They were just pings or JPEGs or something.
Oh, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Oh.
No, they knew. We said it was.
I know.
Yeah, we were totally upfront about it, that the whole thing was nonsense. Do any of y'all still have your potato? By the way, did anyone in chat buy a potato?
Imagine if you deleted the PNG and it's just gone. You just lost it.
Yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Is Luke coming back? Like, do you need a camera? Because my audio is garbage. So like.
I don't know. Hey Dan, is Luke planning to come back?
Yeah, he's right here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Luke's apparently ready to come back. Okay, all right, cool.
Okay.
See you later, Elijah.
Okay. Bye, buddy.
Thanks for filling in. Okay, bye. Yeah, really, really cool, different perspective. And the timing was pretty good to bring him in just because I think that Luke and I, as outsiders, can be a little judgy about that kind of stuff. And that's probably unfair because we know that these companies are engaging in psychological manipulation. And so I think just being dismissive of people's susceptibility to it is honestly just kind of non-constructive. So I thought it was pretty cool to have Elijah come in and give us an alternate perspective on that. Luke, did you have any thoughts you wanted to share on the $500 skin bundle, or do you want to move on to, this is a good one. Social media children are finally fighting back as adults. Something I called like almost 10 flipping years ago.
Yeah, I think on the $500 skin bundle, like if it doesn't make you better at the game, if it's not a skin that like makes you camouflage in with the background or something like that, I don't think that people should buy it. But it's a free game, so like I don't really care. They need to make money somehow, and if someone's gonna buy this, like, cool, I guess.
But based on how many people, dude, but based on how many people are taking out loans to buy it, I mean, isn't that just sad? Doesn't that just tell you? Like what they know what they're doing. They've got to know what they're doing, right? Like at what point do you have to kind of go, okay, look, you're working at a tobacco company. You're complicit. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, I think for some people though, that $500 skin bundle isn't going to be bad, and smoking tobacco is bad for everyone.
And like, look, I get that not everybody's in a position to be able to make a moral judgment about, the job they have to do to put food on their table. I get it. No judgment here. But I do feel like at least at the executive level, They've got to know who they are making these things for. I mean, Luke, you've talked about this before, where there are games where they go into their analytics with enough granularity that there are specific users that they will craft an item for and market it to heavily because they know they're going to buy it. It's nasty.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't like it. But I don't know. I don't feel super strongly about it just because I think my stance on this is just like, obviously don't buy it. But I don't know.